really got me over here, like, and then I go, but then, but then.
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about anything and everything that comes out of the crap chute. I'm your host, JD. This is my co-host,
Hi, it's me.
James. I call him James. Everyone else calls him Jimmy. It just works like that.
It's a little weird.
A lot of things happened this week, James.
Things a lot have. Yeah, I'm thinking we're back.
Anyway, we just got back from watching the Super Mario Brothers movie. So it's yeah. And Discord also put in a soundboard. So now now James can play sounds that I put on, and also they have some default sounds. So that's probably going to be all over this episode.
Oh wait,
and it totally wasn't annoying the last time James had something like that voice changer.
wait, what do you mean, man?
Do you still have that?
Yeah, I just don't use it.
Oh, I see. Dropped off, huh?
Also, I don't think I can add
Really?
sounds now that I think about it. Yeah, I'm looking and I'm not seeing like a option to use, like, to add sounds.
Oh, huh.
Does yours like have a plus? Like,
Yeah, it
little
says
icon?
plus add sound. There's a
Yeah.
button that says add a sound for the
I
soundboard.
don't have that.
Oh, so it's only me that can add sounds.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, because I'm not seeing one.
Oh, you know what I'll do then? I think I'll remove all the sounds from this. Go on my test server, put all these sounds back on, so only I can play them.
Oh, that's very funny, because then I'll never hear the joke.
Well, I mean, you'll be able to hear them. You just won't be able to play them. Anyway, the Super Mario Brothers movie. Jay just got back from watching it. This is going to be another spoiler review. 2 movie reviews week after week. This is the first time.
Yeah,
Just
man.
so many movies coming out, I guess, that we wanted to watch. This was one of them. After we saw the first ever teaser that dropped with Chris Pratt going, Mushroom Kingdom, here we come. Which was not in the movie, by the way.
No, there's a lot of stuff I realized from the trailers that's not in the movie.
That line was not in the movie.
That line is not in the movie. The scene where Chris Pratt gets the Magikarp stuck on his face and then struggles to get it off, we only see like the beginning of it. The full scene is in the trailer, though.
So this is going to be a spoiler review. So if you don't want to get spoiled, watch the movie. Or if you don't care, then keep on going. Keep on trucking.
Yeah, man. If you're here and you get spoiled and you're upset about it, then sucks to be you, nerd.
You know, when Chris Pratt said, Mushroom Kingdom, here we come.
I played the clapping noise and you played the robot.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess we should let's do a quick rundown of the plot, since it wasn't super deep. So, the plot was Bowser's a bad guy. And he's destroying all the kingdoms, and he wants to marry Princess Peach, and Mario and Luigi get isekai'd to help Princess Peach out. And that was basically the plot.
Mario and Luigi are like, "Hey, we're the Mario Brothers, and we're here to say it's not okay to be gay."
Luigi, what's your opinion on? No, so that's the basic plot. It's not super deep, not anything crazy. I heard critics didn't like the movie, but audience scores were pretty high, as far as I know. I mean, I don't think critics liked any movie it's pretty rare that critics like the movies that audiences like, right?
No, I think there's been a few times. Like, I think they liked.
But
Avatar.
is that the average normal though? Is that
not fully? But
because to me, it seems like the critics are never really on the mark on what general audiences
like. It's like the Oscars, you know. It's like not normal people judge what movies get greenlit at the Oscars.
Yeah, I don't think people care too much about the critics, I guess, critic reviews. But they probably didn't like it
when they want to make an argument.
They probably didn't like it because there's not much plot there. But everything else was pretty solid.
There's so much plot.
Yeah, this isn't the movie that you want to watch if you're out for some heavy literary elements or anything. What do they call it? Whatever that scratches your itch if you want complicated storylines, something like that.
They call it
This wasn't like Star Wars 1 Phantom Menace, right?
Star Wars
where there's like
Phantom
four
Menace.
there's like four plot lines going on at once.
Yeah, man, that's the name of it. Star Wars 1 Phantom Menace.
Yeah, whatever the first one was.
It's also all Star Wars movies. All of them have 4 plots going at the same time. It's not just Star Wars 1.
Really?
Yeah, almost borderline. Other than like Rogue One, borderline every Star Wars movie has like 4 plots.
All right. What was the 4 plots of Star Wars 4 then?
That would be. What episode was that?
That was the one where Luke Skywalker shows up in The New Hope. Right?
Yeah, Luke. The Empire, the Rebels, Princess Leia.
No, those are, but those are not completely separate.
Those all happened separately and then came together at points. JD, I'm not making. They're all plot lines that were happening separately.
Anyway, back to the Mario movie, which we were talking about.
I don't know. I think we're on to something here.
So
throw me another Star Wars movie. I'll take my shot.
Yeah, some points that I do like about the Mario movie. Some of the voice acting. I think Jack Black did really good as a Bowser. I think he nails the Bowser voice.
He's perfect, especially when he sings.
I didn't know that Bowser sang in this movie. He has like 2 singing sings, like 2 or 3, I think actually, and they're all pretty good. Because I always forget that Jack Black's like a musician or something.
I saw yesterday that like a music video got posted, and it was like Jack Black in Peaches, and I looked at it and he was like dressed like Bowser in that scene. And I'm like, what?
Peaches, peaches, peaches. That's like the song. Yeah, he's a huge simp in this movie.
Your dad would hate this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, if simping is something you don't like to see in your movies, maybe you won't like Bowser that much. But yeah, that's basically what it is. He's just a huge simp.
That is what it do, Yugi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Luigi was pretty good. I think his voice was pretty good.
Yeah, he did a good job. I thought he was really good for it.
Actually, I think most voices in this was pretty good. There's only a couple voices I don't think were fully on the mark. But they weren't. Who might that be? They weren't as bad as I thought they were going to be.
Who
one of the first one, I guess it was the main man himself, Mario, Chris Pratt.
Chris Pratt.
Now, I don't think it's as bad as they showed it in the trailer. For some reason, I don't know. For some reason, they had the trailer like Chris Pratt's voice in the trailer was awful. But in the movie, it wasn't terrible. The trailer
had like audio edited out. Remember, like there would be like scenes they showed where it'd just be like one person's dialogue and like no other noise.
Mm-hmm. I was talking in particular about like that whole Mushroom Kingdom Here We Come. That was really bad.
About, like the trailer as a whole, like they even have like Jack Black's Bowser say like, "And who's gonna stop me?" But he doesn't say that. He says, "No one can stop me."
Yeah, the line was changed for the actual movie.
It's changed in post, which is everything.
Yeah. So yeah, his lines are. Chris Pratt was okay, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't terrible. There were certain moments where I was like, yeah, he's like losing the voice. He's losing it.
It's too Chris Pratt.
Yeah. It's particularly any scenes where he's like, where Mario's trying to get really excited.
It's particularly any scene with Mario.
And then a Chris Pratt just kind of comes out. So yeah, that was there. The second voice, which I didn't really like. Donkey Kong. Seth Rogen. His voice was just.
Elaborate on that. What do you mean?
When he said I'm DK.
it was so horrible.
It was bad. That was not good.
It had to be the first thing he read, and they didn't make him do a second take.
Funny enough, there were some lines from Seth Rogen I thought were okay. Yeah, there was one at like right at the end where he's like, "Ha, you turn into a cat, haha, die." I thought that was okay.
That wasn't at the end.
But everything else was like, what do you mean?
That was like at the beginning of the movie still.
No, I'm at the end of the fight. Is when that was near the end of the fight. So, yeah, I think I like that line. But everything else, he was just it was just Seth Rogen. Actually, he even does the Seth Rogen laugh. in one of the
it is very
scenes.
funny.
That cracked us up. It was really good. He was like coming from Donkey Kong. Yeah, I feel like they could have gotten a better Donkey Kong voice actor. But yeah. Anyway, I don't think there's any other voices that really seemed that bad to me. It was mainly just those two. But yeah, there was a lot of action in this movie. It's I would consider it action packed. It's very fast paced. Actually, it's super quick. You don't really get to linger on a lot of places because they go through so many places at like once. There was the Mushroom Kingdom. Actually, we start in the real world. Like the real world is a chunk in this movie. There's a chunk which takes place in Brooklyn, and they're just like Mario and Luigi's story is that they're plumbers who just quit their job working for a plumber company to start their own plumber company called the Super Mario Brothers, and it opens with this with the Super Bowl ad actually.
Well, I'm gonna be gone for the rest of this because my family fucking sucks.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
You want me to stop right now? Because it's only been 12 minutes.
Yeah, we can stop right now.
We can stop right now and continue it later. Next time.
We can try that.
Okay. Well, yeah. All right then. Wait, hold on. Let me. No, we'll be right back, guys. We're back. After that short commercial message. Anyway, what was I saying before as we ended? Do you remember?
I don't know. I got up and like left and then came back because I learned that I had to go to the grocery store.
Oh, okay.
I now have something with me, JD, to get me through the rest of this review.
Cool. Is it just a drink or?
It's a special drink. It's the good juice.
I can't tell what that is, but I'm sure it's great. Smirnoff? It's got to be alcohol, right? So I guess we're ready for it then. I think I was saying before about I think we did talk about the voices, talk about how bad the voices was.
Half of my Smirnoff is now gone. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was talking about how good Jack Black was as Bowser.
Yeah, Jack Black was great. Chris Pratt sounds like a little fucking rat who's schooling to death. Charlie Day's Luigi is pretty all right. He's doing a pretty neat job. Keegan-Michael Key. Sorry, wait, no. Yeah, Keegan-Michael Key is killing it as Toad. He's doing a great job with the voice. He's great. What's her name? Anya Taylor-Joy. She's fine as Peach. I don't really have any notes on that one. I think that one's okay. Like
Luigi was not in the movie as much as I thought he was going to be.
No, that was surprising.
He was like replaced by Donkey Kong.
Yeah, it was really weird. They like took all the things.
I feel like almost Donkey Kong had more screen time.
He did.
Yeah. Oh, I was running down. I was running down how the settings that were in the movie.
Looks really good right now. I'm sorry.
What?
But I feel like my hair looks really good right now, and that's usually never the case.
Oh well, hey, look at who's building a bit more self-confidence, huh?
Yeah, all it takes is me to down half a Smirnoff and be angry with people.
All it takes is you to down half a Smirnoff, be really angry, and maybe your vision's a bit distorted from that, and that's why you look so good. So we started the real world. There's a real world, James. There's a real world. And it's Brooklyn.
I was so surprised by the fact that this started just like the original Mario Brothers movie. Like the exact same way and everything.
Yeah. It's like Chris Evans walks up to Chris Pratt and he's like, "Yeah, kid, where are you from?" And then Chris Pratt's like, "Brooklyn."
Brooklyn.
They're in Brooklyn. So yeah, I was writing down the plot was
Queens.
So the story was like the more detailed story was Mario and Luigi were plumbers that worked at a company.
Yep.
And then they quit to start their own plumbing company.
They worked at Spike's Wrecking Crew. Then they quit and made the Mario Brothers plumbing thing.
Super Mario Brothers.
Hey, Matt Pat got it actually very correct.
Oh, I didn't watch his film theory about it. Is that what he guessed?
That is exactly what he guessed. He was like, here's exactly how beat by beat the beginning of the movie goes, but then like the rest of it he got very wrong. He's like, Donkey Kong is also there. And it's like, no, not yet. He's not in this
No,
world yet.
not yet.
No, you're not in this episode.
So yeah, they start in the real world, and they have the real world scene is pretty chunky. There's a big chunk in the real world in the beginning. Yeah. They have a whole scene of them like doing their plumbing job. We meet our first mini boss, mini boss antagonist, the dog.
Francis the dog.
Francis
AKA
the dog.
The
Where's Francis?
Dog. Did you notice that there were a bunch of paintings for the duck hunt dog in their house?
I saw paintings from Knockout, and I saw paintings from the other Nintendo games.
That was all in the pizzeria that they were at.
Yeah, it was in the pizzeria.
They had Little Mac. They had Mike Tyson, I think, in there.
Yeah, Spike eats one slice of the pizza that he bought and then leaves.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you were gonna go into that or not, but yeah, Spike literally eats one slice of his
If you don't know who
pizza.
Spike is he's the boss of the previous company they worked at.
Mm-hmm. He's the embodiment of my coworkers.
I think he's the boss. He might just be a worker, but it seems like he's the boss. Yeah.
It's Spike's Wrecking Crew, so I would assume it's the boss.
I didn't know if Spike's Wrecking Crew was the logo name. I just saw Wrecking Crew. But if you say it is, then it is.
Pretty sure that's what MatPat said the name was. I haven't
watched
the video since like the first trailer came out.
Yeah. But anyway, what a giga chat of a man. Like amazing face. Everyone has amazing facial hair in this movie, by the way. All the family members.
It definitely doesn't look kind of odd the moment the hats come off the Mario Brothers.
I think it looks about as accurate as the game.
No, it looks accurate. Just for some reason, it feels like when they.
Well, you think their head is like a little bit bigger, or is it a bit too flat for you on top?
I don't know. They look weird. Like something's off when the hats come off.
For me, it looks okay. I didn't see anything weird.
Especially in Mario, because I also feel like when his eyes go like halfway closed, they don't look right. Like this just there's something about it, and I don't know how to explain it.
Well, if you don't know how to explain it, then it must be true.
And, yeah. Hey.
Anyway, so so yeah, they botch their first job, their first plumbing job.
They get drown a dog.
Well, the dog like attacks them, and it kind of like in a comedic like crash turn of events, like slapstick comedy. They destroy like the entire bathroom that they're supposed to fix the leak in. So yeah, and they almost kill the dog. Actually, the dog almost dies, which is a good thing.
Yes, it is a good thing.
It goes flying out the window, and they're on like they're at like a 4-story house, which is next to like 2-story buildings.
Yeah, but it's also like they show it's a 4-story house, but like you only see 2 stories of it.
Well, like, it pans from the bottom up of this building that they're in, and it's like squished in between these other apartment buildings, but it's a different color and it's taller to kind of symbolize that they're from like a rich family that lives there.
Yeah, 2 people and their dog.
Yeah. You could be a family with 2 people and a dog.
Hey, JD.
Yeah.
You're right.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So
the audience agrees.
Yeah, and then they go home and they have this heart-to-heart talk with their family about switching careers. I'm sure you had this talk with your family.
Heart,
I thought you would relate to this scene more because you quit your job like once, right? Or multiple times, I guess.
Several times.
Yeah, and you probably had this talk with your family. Like you're like, hey, so I'm not working there anymore, and your family's like, why? It was a stable job. Why'd you leave? And he was like, they try to kill me.
I explained the reasons, and my father goes, nah, you're just slovenly, and I'm like, no.
I think you're just a pussy, James.
Endangering to my life. I told Noah about this when we went.
Did he say you're a pussy too?
No, I was telling him about it, and he's like, how much money did you make? I explained it to him, and I was like, but that's like in the best case scenario, and that's if you're working on this certain crew during certified and stuff. And he's like, doesn't matter. I'm like, Noah.
Doesn't matter, bro. I say if everybody in the world is against you, and you're the one that you think is right, I mean, who's really wrong in this scenario?
Except I was telling this to multiple people, and Noah was the only one going, hey. Everyone else is like, no, you'll die. And Noah's like, no, I'll be fine. I'm like, no.
No, the double doors open, James. They're unlocked.
Not this time.
Anyway, so yeah, their family doesn't like the fact that Mario has quit the job and started their own company. They said it was stupid or something, right?
Mm-hmm. The brother, the
We
uncles, I'm
see that.
assuming, or something, are like,
Yeah,
"Hey,
they're like
you big
extended family.
goofs, you big bunch of idiots."
This extended family. Mario's father is played by Charles Martinet.
Doing his normal voice ish.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was Charles Martinet because I never heard him talk normally.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was him the first time I watched this movie either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you watched it before
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention I watched this movie a couple days ago, JD.
with your group of friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what I thought.
I kind of forgot to bring that up, I guess.
I mean, it's just I asked you about what I asked you last time, or what I asked you a few couple days ago, what you went to watch with the friend group, and you said, I don't remember what movie it was. I was like, huh, that's weird, because you just watched it.
Hey JD,
there's only one movie that I can imagine.
That movie.
Yeah, you did tell me you fell asleep. Did you fall asleep during this movie too? I didn't notice if you did.
Yeah.
When'd you fall asleep?
It was near the beginning. I woke up and looked over at you, and you were staring at me again. But I don't think you realized I fell asleep.
No, I thought you were doing a bit where you're like, because whenever you're like season out, you close your eyes and you just like,
oh yeah,
you lay there.
I did fake fall asleep a couple times, but then I did like actually fall asleep a while.
Yeah, you fake fall asleep during the movie too. So I like look over and I can't tell if it's real or not.
I woke up, I looked over, you were staring at me, and then you like make a joke, and I just kind of like smile and nod my head. I didn't hear what it was because I just woke up, but I was like, yeah, you just told me a bit. I gotta smile and nod my head.
You told me a bit. If I don't laugh at his joke, our friendship's gonna deteriorate.
I mean,
anyway, so Mario and Luigi turns out there's a big ass leak in the middle of Brooklyn Street.
Yeah, a complete flood.
Yeah, it's just floods the entire street.
President Paulina is like, what the fuck is this? And then the guy in the back
there's a cameo from Paulina.
Save us,
there's a cameo from Mayor Paulina.
President Paulina, please.
In some of the games, and no. And they go down there to try and fix this leak. They go into this shit water tunnel.
I'm surprised they didn't make like a little orphan's like, hey Mario, your ex-wife is on the screen.
Hey Mario, remember the time?
Mario. Hey,
remember the time when you tried to save that dame from DK, and you was throwing barrels at you and you jumping over them?
Hey dame, remember when DK?
And now you got yourself a new broad.
You remember the time, Mario?
I remember the time, Mario, when you said you were done with all these harpies, but you went back and she took all the kids too.
You remember? I remembers.
So they try and fix this leak, but they fail again, yes. And then they just forget about it. It never is brought up again.
It's never like talked about, mentioned. We don't.
Because what happens is
construction site.
They fall into the sewer system and they stumble across this one area that has the big green pipe, the Super Mario pipe. And then when they step into it, they get sucked in and they go flying into a different dimension. I think that's what it is, right? They get isekai to a new world. You know what that means, James?
Yeah, I know what isekai means, JD. I'm not a fucking noob.
Okay. I mean, I was gonna make fun of you if you didn't know what it was, but
like you.
Okay. So they go fly. It's like this Bifrost thing where they go fly through like this, this like big tunnel that drags into a different dimension.
It, JD?
Huh?
You having trouble explaining it?
Well, I mean, I don't know. You try to explain a Bifrost then.
So it's a bit like a rainbow road, but it's all around you and you're flying through it. And then you have your brother who turns to you and he goes, look. And then you look back and you see Master Chief is following after you.
Play the sound effect, or his theme song is playing in the background. Yeah, so they get separated while they're getting sucked through the pipe. Luigi ends up
for some reason. They don't actually explain what happened. They just say they get separated, I guess.
No, it just happens that like the road like forked or something. Like the Bifrost forked at a certain point, and one of them went one direction, the other one went another direction.
Even though they were holding on to each other.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're weak. They're weak, feeble men, which was another thing during the movie.
Hey, JD,
by the way,
that's the title of this podcast episode.
Yeah, the
Mario movie is about
the weak, feeble Mario brothers.
Weak, feeble Mario brother.
Because they're really because
Here,
that's
you
what
know
they're
what?
portrayed as in this
You know
movie.
what, JD? I'm gonna get the thumbnail going. I'm gonna Photoshop us onto the truck rants guy.
Sure. Yeah. They're not very strong because they're just normal people.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
suppose.
So Luigi gets sent to the Badlands, which is the land that Bowser rules, and Mario gets sent to the Mushroom Kingdom. So
Here we. They don't say it.
no, they don't. They say "Here we go" a couple times in the movie. Like Peach says it at one point, and Mario says it. But yeah. So Mario gets sent to the Mushroom Kingdom, and it immediately gets introduced to like Toad,
Mm-hmm.
Mike Keegan, Michael Keaton. I guess it's a different Toad.
Keegan
It's
Michael
like
Key.
Explorer Toad or something.
He is Toad, while everybody else I think has like just normal names. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
wait, so the mushroom people are not just called toads,
No. There's Mike. There's Davy. There's Toadette.
and there's Toad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mean, I'm not. I'll just take your word for it.
He doesn't know I'm making this up.
So yeah, Toad's there, and Mario follows Toad to go meet with the princess,
Yeah,
so
Toad's
they
like,
can go.
"Do not touch that mushroom."
So you can go and save Luigi. And in this movie, instead of Princess Peach being the dame in distress, usually it's Luigi this time. And Peach is this badass, like
Go on.
this badass, cool character, very confident, very capable.
Oh, you're
Except she
telling me
doesn't really
she's
do that much, except toward the
no.
end.
So just jumping forward a little bit, when she gets
Yeah.
confronted by Bowser,
Yeah.
she's like, "We'll hold him off." She like immediately gives up. She doesn't even put up a fight.
Yeah, no,
really.
she does. I don't think she swung her weapon a single time.
No,
She
picked
swung
it
her
up.
weapon more preparing to go meet Bowser than actually fighting Bowser.
She swung it more when she kicked it into her hand.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. So yeah, Peach is portrayed like this super confident, like yeah, you go get him, girl, kind of character, which
You
is
go,
fine.
girl.
I think that's more. It's more deep
Hey,
than
is that going to be added to the soundboard?
you go, girl. I mean, I guess it's a more of a deep character than just being damsel in distress like in the games.
Yeah, it's something more than just like, hey.
But it's
she's
also
there.
kind of cringe. So
They don't do a great job.
no, I don't think so. because they show it like she's so cool and everything, but she doesn't do anything. Like after we get shown that she's cool and she can complete this obstacle course all on her own, like super fast and everything, then we go to like the Donkey Kong Kingdom, but she just sits in a throne
go to
and
the
watches Mario do
DK.
everything.
Donkey Kong.
Yeah, you were telling me about that. In the Donkey Kong Kingdom, the DK rap plays when Donkey Kong's introduced, and you told me that
glorious.
Seth Rogen fought for that to happen.
Yes, I saw a thing that was saying like Seth Rogen fought to have the DK rap included in it.
But then you told me that Seth Rogen also didn't want to do did try to do a Donkey Kong impression, like the
No, he did not. That was also so these are things. I saw the article that said that, and then I saw a clip of his interview where he was talking about with the interview person like, "Are you gonna be doing a voice?" He's like, "No. They said we want you to do a voice," and I said, "You got me. I'm just gonna do me. I'm just gonna be my voice."
I'm my own guy. Okay, I'm a strong, independent man.
And he said, "I'm my own guy."
So yeah, Donkey Kong is just Seth Rogen. We had there's a scene where Mario, Peach, and Toad go out to adventure to go to the Donkey Kong Kingdom, and I think I mentioned this before, but the pace of the movie is really fast. Like
It's so fast.
we
get to
go from
places so
one
quickly.
scene to another scene real quick. Like the slowest part of the movie was just the beginning, actually, in the real world. That was like the slowest it's been. Then after that, it's just light speed. Boom, boom, boom.
Lightspeed Rescue Rangers.
But all the scenes were really I'd say it's really well animated, the movie. I think they
Oh
nail
yeah,
all the character
that's
designs,
pretty
look
good.
like the characters, they feel like the characters, they move like the characters.
As much as the voice actors might be lacking a little, the
Hmm.
animation does not.
No, no, animation's right on point. Good job, animation team.
Illuminati.
Yeah, as much as you hate Illumination movies, their animation's pretty spot on.
In this case, yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you don't like Minions, right?
No.
You don't like Despicable Me, any of the four movies
No.
that are out? You don't
No.
like any of the four movies?
I don't like any of the four Despicable Me's. I don't like either of the two Minions.
Do you like what's another Illumination movie? They listed a couple of them, but I don't think
They
I
listed
remember.
all of them at the beginning.
I don't remember anything other than the Despicable Me stuff. They're gonna make a new one. It's called like Migration, I think, about ducks.
Yeah, it's starring I don't remember who it had in it actually.
No, I don't know either. But yeah, the animation is pretty solid. There's a lot of things in this movie. I saw one of the reviews that it was like kind of not good for any people who don't know about Mario.
I
Like
don't
the
know. I feel
movie's
like
not
you
too
could
great.
go in pretty blind and you'd be fine.
Yeah, I feel like you could walk into the movie blind and still have a good time, even if you didn't know what the any of the references were.
Much like you will when you watch Our Five Nights at Freddy's.
Obviously, with every movie, there's a sense of or what was it, suspending disbelief. You have to suspend your disbelief a bit. Like
I
whenever
mean,
they
it is
say,
a fucking
"Oh, this
animated
block
movie.
is flowing, and you gotta hit it, and it gives you a power up." They say power up in the movie. They call them power ups,
They say power up, and I call them cheap motherfuckers.
right? They got a power up, and you eat the mushroom, and it makes you stronger, bigger, stronger. I like how they
Faster.
touched a little bit on how Peach was like the only human in the Mushroom Kingdom.
I'm
There's like
pretty sure
one
that's
line of
not the
dialogue.
case in the original story, though.
Believe that was the case because I don't
No,
remember any humans
I'm pretty
from.
sure there was like one game where they were like, and here's Peach's dad, and then it was like they never did it
I think that
again.
was retconned if it was like
Yes.
that. Yeah, I think
Uh,
that the official story is that Peach is the only human-looking thing
I really
there.
like the implication that a little baby Peach traveled down into the sewers to this walled off area and just found the portal and walked through it.
There might have been different tubes around the world that led to that point,
Well,
but
it looked like she
who
came
knows?
from Earth because she had like a blanket wrapped around
Yeah,
her, like
I
it was a
think she
baby and
did.
stuff.
I think that's what it was implied that she was from Earth. No idea
Uh,
how she got through the portal, but she did.
I think that she doesn't realize that, and that's what she's like. I could be from anywhere, you know.
Yeah, and I
I
think
could be from
she has
I
this
could
like
be from wherever
weird.
Rosalina is
She
from.
has this like weird like butterfly moment when she sees Mario for the first time because she's like, "Oh my god, it's a dude, and I'm not gay."
Mario sees her and she goes, "Mamma mia!"
That's right, Mamma Mia. So
We said the thing.
he said the thing. Yeah, I don't think there was actually any. At least I didn't feel it like romantic tension between the two.
No, not at all.
I
I
didn't
mean,
feel
it
it.
was definitely like they in the
I
script they
think
were like
maybe they tried, but it just didn't work.
in the script they do have Donkey Kong say, "Wow, you're bad at flirting," and Mario was like, "I'm just nervous."
Really?
When they were driving the carts, and it's like, were they flirting? It just sounded like people
It just
talking.
sounded like friends talking to me. That's what it sounds like.
It's terrible. No, they do a bad
I
job
think
at it.
I don't know if they were aiming for the romantic tension or if they were aiming for the friendship thing just to make it like a
They
funny
definitely,
joke,
they
to make a
definitely got
funny
the
joke to
xenophobe.
parallel Bowser's like jealousy about it. Like
They definitely
he's
got the
thinking they're flirting, but they're actually just like friends.
oh yeah, but they also definitely got the xenophobia down.
Sorry?
Well, you see, all the people in the Mushroom Kingdom are good because they're all humanoids, but all them damn turtles and other such gross, disgusting monsters.
I mean, the penguins are not like humanoid, but
Yeah,
they're pretty
do we
good.
see them again after the fucking lava scene?
We do. They're in the prison. There are a couple prison scenes.
I don't know, JD. They we see them in the prison, but nobody ever interacts with them and goes, "Hey, you guys are cool."
Yeah, but I don't think
Yeah,
but I don't think
that's
anyone
what.
interacts with them and says you're bad.
Yeah, but they interact with Donkey Kong. People are like, "Well, we thought you were bad, but you're pretty cool."
Yeah. That's because Donkey
I'm
Kong's
just
the
saying,
main
JD,
character.
racism.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you want to find anything wrongs with this movie, then I guess you could say that.
I'll say this: I recognized a few of the voice actors that played the ancillary characters. like the king of the penguins and one of the Koopa
Really?
Troopers.
I don't recognize
Yeah,
any of the other voice actors.
the guy who does the king of the penguins voice. He's on a lot of stuff. Very famously, he's in The Walking Dead as the king. I forget what they call him, but he's the king basically of the
Yeah,
jungle.
the
He
Bowery
has like a pet
King.
tiger.
And he
No, that's
walks in, he's like, as do I. And then
no. You think of something else?
I was talking about John Wick 4.
I
The
know.
king. Yeah.
But there's also one of the Koopas is voiced by the guy that does Robin on the Teen Titans TV shows, including Teen Titans
Oh,
Go.
he's the dude who says fuck Batman?
No, that's a different guy. I
Oh,
said the
okay.
voice.
Oh, the voice. Oh, there's a lot of
Yeah.
animated ones. I don't know.
Yeah, but he mainly does the voice of like almost all of them now.
Oh, so he's the main Robin guy now? It's
Yeah,
like
whenever
Charles
it's like
Martinet, but for
yeah,
Robin?
he's borderline. It's the way that they have like Beast Boys almost always voiced by the same guy, Greg
Yeah.
Sestero. Not Greg Sestero. That's the guy from The Room. It's Greg. It's Greg something, and he's got like a surfer voice.
Yeah, it's Greg Heffley from Dire Wimpy Kid.
That's who.
Yeah, you're not in this episode.
You hear an erasing noise as he's erased out of the notebook.
You're in a
Diary.
bass drop, but in reverse as
Can
he
you
disappears
add
from the scene.
a vine boom to the soundboard?
I could, but it would be really annoying to hear you spam
I
that.
would-
So
would
maybe
want to do
later.
I'd spam that, but not the vine boom.
Sure.
Mhm.
So yeah, in the Donkey Kong Kingdom, they are known for their engineering skills. They build carts there that can drive really fast, and people die
Oh,
this-
so many people die.
in this movie. At least I think they die. They don't show the deaths, but it's pretty clear that I don't think any monkeys are going to survive those explosions.
There's
they've
one guy that
caused.
just straight up dies.
Yeah, so what happens is like the chauffeur for Mario, Peach, and Toad to like get him over to the King Palace in the Donkey Kong Kingdom. He like eats a banana. First of all, he steals the banana and then he eats it, and then he throws the peel behind him. And like some like random monkey, normal citizen monkey man driving the car,
It's so
Card-
wild.
like hits the banana, slips on it, and he just goes flying into like this shop, and it explodes, like a giant explosion. And then we don't cut back to see if he's okay. We just move on. But it was funny.
It's so out of nowhere.
And the second we saw the Donkey Kong Kingdom with the monkeys, you were like, you pointed to the screen, you said racism. So what's it racist about, James?
Hold on, wait. What did that? When did I say racism?
I think it was right when we got to the front entrance to the kingdom. It's got monkeys on the doors, and then the door opens and the big monkey comes through and roars at them.
I think I said racism after like Mario or somebody made like a comment about monkey. Like they made a very like oh these kind of monkeys or something. I'm like racism.
Yeah, I think they did say something like they're like, these are monkeys, and then you're like, you point to the screen, you're like racism. So what were they racist about, James?
Well, the Kongs are a race of people, and they are being speciesist towards them. So,
Well, you
racist.
didn't say speciesist. You said racist.
No, but it is racist because in this term they're not species as they're all living as an
Oh, but they're not
equal
one.
race.
They're not one
cohabit with
race.
another.
They're just one.
So, JD, you told me to use this in this case, and
Yeah.
we'll be right back. And we're back. So, me continuing with what I'm saying, and JD not interrupting me now.
Yeah.
Well, you see, as they're all living as like one continuous race, the turtles, the mushroom people, and everything. They're not species, as it's not like us with dogs and other types of animals in our world, as they were talking about. It's not like they are on different spectrums. They're just like different evolutions of their own thing. But they all cohabitate in the same sort of consciousness. They all have a similar sort of mental presence, like us humans do with one another.
Yeah.
So it is racism because they are judging them for being Kongs and not for any other reason, just because they're Kongs.
No, you messed up the argument. You're supposed to say it's speciesism. It's not.
No, it is racism. Hey, JD?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Moving
All right,
on.
now let's move on from
Moving
your.
on. I say it.
Like saying, trying to justify.
This is my world, Neo.
Like and comment down below if you understood what he was saying there. So
I sent you the thumbnail, by the way.
Yeah, oh yeah, I see it. It's pretty good.
I didn't change the hashtags.
You forgot to change the hashtags. Can you change the hashtags and also make the viewer count a bit higher too? Thank you.
Yeah, I'll make it more representing of us.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, the reason they go to the Donkey Kong Kingdom is to get their army for power to fight Bowser with. But that fails because they get ambushed on their way back with the Donkey Kong army. Mm-hmm. But before that, Mario challenges Donkey Kong to like a duel or something.
Mm-hmm. And Donkey Kong comes out and he says, "I'm DK."
because the king, which is not Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is the son of the king. Mm-hmm. And the king was like, "No, I'm not going to give you the army." So then Mario's like, "Oh yeah, I'll fight your son for it." And he's like, "All right." So they go.
I bet.
They go and fight, and this is one of the point of the movies. I was like, wouldn't Peach be in this, or Peach like fight him instead and just she'd shit on him or something?
Well, I think it was that like Peach wasn't the one that made the challenge, you know?
Yeah, but I feel like she could have been like, you know, when Mario said like, "You got any other ideas?" Then Peach was just like didn't say anything. He's like, "Yeah, that's it." And so he's like, "Okay, let's just do this then."
Yeah, it was definitely very weird that Peach didn't do the fight. I think it's purely because Mario is the main character that they had him fight.
It's because they needed an excuse to slap the shit out of the main character, like beat the shit out of the main character, and they can't do it if it's Peach, right? Because if you see a big monkey beating down this white woman, I mean, I don't know if that's such a good thing in this movie. I'm just saying it as it is, man. Donkey Kong can't be beating up Peach.
Classic white man over here.
Yeah, I'm the whitest of men. So yeah.
Post a picture of you right now. I bet you wouldn't.
There's a Mario versus Donkey Kong fight, and they fight on the floating platforms, and it's pretty good. More solid choreography than I thought it would be. And they use power-ups and everything, and it's cool. They set up the blue mushroom makes you small for some plot event that happens later in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Very specific thing that doesn't ever happen till the very end of the movie.
Happens twice in the movie, once to set it up and once to pay it off, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Way at the end.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he wins. Mario wins. And they take the army, they set off back to the kingdom. They get ambushed by Bowser on the way back. And between that, though, there was a Bowser scene where he's like, he's jamming. He's like playing the piano. He can play the piano. And it's, I don't know if I saw the branding of the piano, if there's a specific piano brand that sponsored the movie.
It said like Koopa on it.
Okay. I thought it was like an actual brand of piano that they. So, yeah, he was playing the song, and it was a banger. Like Jack Black's really solid at singing in a character voice. I heard that it was pretty difficult for voice actors to like sing in like the character voice that they're trying to voice as.
As somebody who really likes Jack Black, I know like a lot of his past work and stuff. So like hearing him sing, it's like, yeah, this is something he would have done for like a Triple D and stuff. Like this is the type of like
it's like a comedic, lighthearted kind of singing where it's not like super serious, but it's still like real. It's like the what the content is lighthearted, but the singing itself is like intense and like you put a lot of effort into it.
Oh yeah, no, there's so much soul behind it.
There was a little bit of Jack Black that comes out whenever he's singing, but I think it fits with the Bowser thing. Just a tiny smidge. It's whenever he's like getting like really guttural. And like, really guttural, really like screaming kind of intensity.
Really, I thought it really came out when he was being high pitched. I think that's when it came out.
Yeah, that's when it came out too. Mm-hmm.
I feel like that when it was deep, it like sounded very Bowsery, and I'm like, that's great.
Yeah, so Bowser can sing really well canonically. I feel like I feel like Bowser could have got like, because the whole point of the Bowser's motivation is so he could rizz up Peach, right?
Yeah, again, like I was saying, I really think that like Bowser didn't have much not going for him other than being like,
yeah, I mean he's
maniacal man.
He's rich, he's powerful, he's
He
He's
looks
tall.
amazing.
He's tall. He's ripped. He's buff.
No,
He gets
genuinely, like
spit fire out of his mouth.
genuinely, whenever he talked about Peach, like his face, like all of his expressions softened. I'm like, oh my god, he
But
looks
then
like
you
a
realize he's
different
kind of a
person.
maniac. So
I mean, he is a psychopath, but
yeah.
I mean, who isn't?
Yeah, I feel like he could have rizzed her up a bit better if he just like wrote a song for her and like sang it to her or something instead of threatening her. But yeah, I don't think she would have accepted it. But I think it could have at least tried. But yeah, he's a good singer canonically now, and he has a piano.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
Huh? What would you think I was gonna say?
You know.
We'll be right back.
Peaches. We're back.
So yeah, they ambush them, and then the entire Donkey Kong army gets taken prisoner. So so it kind of just invalidates that entire last huge like arc, second part of the movie that happened.
The entirety of the setup, and it's just
like the 1/3 of the movie just useless because they just get captured like immediately after. So yeah, but there was a cool like racing, like cart chase scene on Rainbow Road.
A new thumbnail.
Yeah, on the Rainbow Road, and it was cool. But it ends with nice. That's awesome. It ends with the
Yeah.
Sorry, I just saw the why'd you put a 68 instead of 69? I mean, I don't
exactly.
You should have been 420 views 69 hours ago.
No, man, 419 views 68 hours ago.
So yeah, the scene ends with Mario and Donkey Kong falling off the Rainbow Road. The entire army gets captured, and Peach escapes with Toad.
Which is so insane to think of when you look at how large the Kong army was. And it's just the fact that
it was at least I think it was like 100, a little bit over 100 monkeys. I think those aren't carts.
Whoa.
On that road. Are you gonna treat monkey as a slur now, James?
Whoa, JD.
You so bitch. So yeah, everybody dies. That's basically what it ends with. And third act begins with Princess Peach confronting Bowser at the kingdom.
There's a very interesting scene that happens here right before they fall off Rainbow Road. It's what causes them to fall off. There's a guy who was pursuing Mario, and he was the leader of the aerial Koopas or something, or just the Koopas in general.
I think he was like a general or something of the Koopas.
He was like a lieutenant that I realized on this watch through, you can see him every time they show the Koopas. You see him.
Yeah, he's there.
Oh, yeah, he's the blue shell.
He's the blue shell guy.
And
because he's got wings.
He's the one that does the yell before they all fly off and stand in front of the Ice Kingdom. He's like the one that comes and talks to Bowser and stuff while he's trying to serenade the Ridley guy or whatever his name is, the magic guy.
Mm-hmm. And what does he do, James?
And then he commits suicide. He looks dead in the camera at all the audience members, and he screams out, "Suicide is badass."
Suicide is badass. So he transforms into this final form where he's just a shell, and he grows wings and he's flying really fast.
It feels so out of place. Honestly.
It feels out of place if you don't know that it's the blue shell from the Mario Kart games. That's what they're referring to.
Even then, it's just a guy committing suicide.
Who cares, man?
The implication of the Mario games is not that there are Koopas inside the shells.
Mm-hmm.
It's that you're throwing empty shells and stuff. But in this, it's no. There's Koopas in those shells, and they die.
Doesn't that make it a lot funnier though?
It does,
that there's actual Koopas in there.
It's so insane.
It could be like the game theory where all the mystery blocks are actually toads.
I mean, they are. Charge.
Sorry, I should have mentioned I was in the middle of eating when you when you rung me back up.
You were in the middle of eating when I got right back.
Yeah. Yeah, so the blue shell dude suicide bombs Donkey Kong's cart with Mario on
Hmm.
it, and it destroys part of the Rainbow Bridge. It like blows up, it explodes.
Toad and Peach, rather than going down to try and save them, as Peach had done for Toad already, she just continues on. And also, rather than any of the Kong people following in what they have are hovercrafts and kites, they just
Hmm.
all stop and they're like, "Oh no!" And then they'll just get picked off one by one.
Yeah, I think maybe Peach just thought they died like on impact because it was a pretty violent explosion.
I mean, according to the rules of the game, yes, they should have.
Yeah, I mean he wasn't powered up, right? So he should have died in the hit.
Oh yeah, neither of them were powered up. Donkey Kong's actually a little bitch, as we learn.
I didn't know that Donkey Kong could get power ups.
Yeah,
Was there a game where you got power ups in?
yeah, it's any of the Smash Bros. Games where you can play as Donkey Kong.
Wow, that's that's certainly something, James.
It is. Anyways.
So they're falling off. They survive the explosion. Mario and Donkey Kong. They fall into the ocean. They get eaten up by a Moby Dick, giant eel,
Moby.
which I recognize from. I recognize them from Mario Galaxy games, but
I
they're
have
probably
never
in some
played a
different
Mario
games.
game, so I don't recognize them from anything.
You never played a Mario game?
I don't. I've never played like any of the new ones. I've only ever
Oh,
played like the
what, like the
oldest
original?
ones. Yeah.
Mm. Boomer. So
Thanks.
yeah, they get swallowed up, and then they escape the eel by hopping on because Donkey Kong's cart was also swallowed up. So they use one of the turbo barrels that were attached to it to kind of fly out of the eel's mouth, and they
Yes.
head back to the kingdom. And during this time, Peach is Bowser meets up with Peach by crashing his giant floating island into the castle. And he's like, marry me or else I'll kill all your people. And so she's like, okay. But like
She's
before
like,
this scene,
okay, bet.
there's like this badass like gear up scene, like getting ready scene, suit up scene almost, where Peach is like, she's in her motorcycle outfit and she like grabs this like halberd, spins it around in her hands, getting ready to like attack people. But then she doesn't do anything with it.
Again, like we said, she just stands there.
She like points it at him, but that's
Yeah, she
it.
points at him, but because they picked up Toad once, she's like, "Oh, whoa, 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 hold on, hold on. Maybe,
Well, even before
May-
they picked him up, she didn't do anything. She just stood there.
yes,
So, yeah. Um,
yeah,
so then Peach and
yeah."
Bowser are gonna get married. Peach is in like the wedding outfit, and Bowser's in he's drizzed up. I think I said it during the movie too. He's drizzed.
He's wearing his Marvel, not Marvel, Mario,
He's wearing his
Mario
tuxedo,
Odyssey tuxedo.
top hat. Yeah,
Mhm.
he looking pretty fresh.
He's looking very dap
Yeah, and he was going to sacrifice all the prisoners that they've taken
for some reason.
into lava for love, you know, because it's cool. It's probably just like it's probably like a cultural thing, James. I wouldn't be so insensitive as to say, for some reason, as if your culture is better than the Koopa's culture. So
It is.
classic white man argument.
Hey, JD, we'll be
Yeah.
right back. We're back. I am better.
So Luigi and everybody's taken prisoner.
Hey,
as being,
Luigi's in this movie.
they're in like these bird cages. Yeah, Luigi's in this movie, by the way. So
This is where Luigi is. He's in a cage the entire time.
yeah, he's in the cage for almost
He
the
knows
entire
nothing
movie.
about this world he's in. He's just trapped in a cage with a suicidal
Yeah, it's
star.
like a bird cage, and there's like this. It's a Luna star from like the Galaxy series.
Go
I'm not
off
sure
the
how
moon.
that one got there, but
Well,
it's
Jay,
there
because Mario. Ha, 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 ha.
because the second movie's gonna have Rosalina.
His daughter?
Hmm?
Mario or Luigi's daughter?
I think it's supposed to be Mario's daughter, but Game Theory made a pretty convincing argument that it was Luigi's
I'm
daughter.
sorry, but JD, all I know is that game theory is always canon, so
Well, I mean, all I know about Game Theory and you is that you like to twist Matt Pat's words into something that he's never said.
I don't
So
know.
I guess
I watched that stream last night, and MatPat seemed very salty when he's the one that invited people to critique his theory.
I don't know, man.
Invite all those people on.
I
He's
feel like
like,
you. I feel
tell
like
me, tell me
you're not
what's
a great.
wrong, and they tell him what's wrong. He's like, okay.
I feel like you're not a great judge of character
Dude, I feel
for
like
a
you're
lot
an
of this.
unreliable narrator.
I feel like you're not a great judge of
I
people's
think I'm the
of what
perfect.
people are thinking or what they're feeling during certain times.
Okay.
So yeah, and your intuition is, I would say it's not the best.
And JD, I would say you're dead wrong.
Am I always wrong, James?
Always. Thank you for knowing.
Yeah, no problem. So Mario saves Luigi from the prisoners. Donkey Kong saves his tribe, I guess.
His trib.
His tribe. His tribe.
His Trapaloo.
Oh yeah, and Princess Peach gets a fight scene too. She hid
ice flower.
Mm-hmm.
Inside of her
inside of the bouquet.
Inside of the bucket she brought to the altar.
Her KFC bucket. Her double down KFC sandwich. Not sponsored by KFC.
We desperately wish we could be.
If I had to eat a double down every day for the rest of my life, but I get a KFC sponsorship.
Every day I eat a double down.
Every day I wake up and there's a KFC triple down on my table. And I'm about to eat nachos.
Every day I wake up and I'm about to eat nachos.
Adam Driver gets the best one-liners.
Oh, yeah, man.
More.
Yeah, I mean, he's perfect. More. Is more a one-liner?
Every day I wake up and I eat more nachos. So, yeah, Princess Peach turns into the ice. She gets the ice power up and starts flinging ice balls at Bowser and his goons.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess ultimately it doesn't really do much, but it's a cool fight scene. Mario shows up in his Tanuki outfit, his Tanuki power up, the one you can fly in.
Oh yeah, the furry costume.
Yeah, he's a furry for a chunk of this movie, by the way. Mario. First he's in a cat outfit, and then he's in a
First Mario's in a cat outfit, and DK's like, "Are you still alive?" And Mario's like, "I'm a fucking cat."
I'm a cat. Wait a minute, I'm a cat. So, yeah, final battle ensues. What happens is Bowser gets pissed off because throughout the movie he thinks Mario and Peach are like they've got the hots for each other, right? But that's not really happening. But he thinks it's happening, so he gets super jealous and he decides to launch a nuke against the Mushroom Kingdom. An actual nuke, by the way. It's just this giant bullet bill. It launches out like the volcano on the floating island that Bowser has. And to stop it, Mario kind of pisses it off, so it targets him instead of doing whatever it's supposed to do. And then it chases him until he sends it into this pipe that I think that's the pipe that he first arrived in. So it should be a pipe that's connected to Brooklyn.
Yes. No sleep till
but
Brooklyn. It goes right to where they were. They exit out of the construction site that they had fallen into.
Right.
So I sent you a video that's very relevant, so you should watch it right now. You
want me to watch it right now?
Yeah.
Has it got any copyrighted stuff in it?
No, just tell me when you start it.
I'll start it in 3, 2, 1.
You still alive? I'm a goddamn cat.
All right.
So yeah, that was a DK to Mario during their fight.
Yeah, I guess so. So yeah, then you wonder what I thought about that?
Oh, thank you. I also think the whole squad was laughing. We'll be right back. We're back.
Yeah, so he sends the bullet bill back through the tube, but I guess the explanation of why the bullet bill didn't just blow up all of Brooklyn instead of wherever it, like into the random space it ended up in, was I guess the tube is like connected to different places, right? That's why it's like forking into to different locations. But I mean, don't really know what it
exited. It exited out to where the tube brought Mario in, like where the point, like where that was, but like it didn't continue. It just stopped and floated for a second, then blew up, and I guess that explosion brought them all to Brooklyn.
Well, there was a tube that like he came out of, and I assume that they just put into some random like ether place.
Well, I think it's all like a highway, so like each tube has a specific destination it goes, so it's not just a random output.
But it seemed like it was random.
No, it went to the highway, stopped, blew up, and I think because it blew up, it picked up everybody there, and then brought them to Earth.
Whatever. We're trying to explain this thing that makes no sense. What happens is it blows up, and then it causes an explosion at the other end of the tube. So the one where Mario's
cascade.
Yeah, and then it blows up, and then it implodes and sucks everything back into the tube. So Mario and Luigi end up back in Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
No.
Sleep.
And then like in true like Marvel Endgame fashion, Avengers Endgame fashion, Bowser's whole castle also gets scooped up into this tube, I guess.
And Mario stood there and this music played behind him.
Yeah, and then they have to fight Bowser and his army in Brooklyn, in the street of Brooklyn.
This music played over as Mario and Bowser fought.
The singular street that's located in Brooklyn.
Only one street, the street his parents live on, the street where the problem was.
The street that the parents live on, the street where they did parkour through the road that's been in construction.
Even though they didn't, the street where that people that they fixed the drain of.
The street that Spike drives through every day because it's the only street that exists.
I think it's implied that Spike's crew is the people that are working on the maintenance area or something.
Maybe. I don't know.
Possibly.
Maybe not.
Perhaps. Maybe not.
So they fight Bowser. They managed to get they managed to touch the Power Star to fight him.
Mm-hmm.
Which is something that happened early in the movie. Like right at the beginning, Bowser attacks the penguin people to get their Power Star.
The Power Star, and he's like, "I got the Power Star. I'll use it. I swear.
Well, he's not going to use it. He said he stole it.
Please, Prince of Peach, please take me."
He stole it for Peach, and then Peach is like, "Sorry, but I don't really need a Power Star. You're going to kill all my people."
Bowser's like, "Please date me." Peach is like, "No." And Bowser's like, "Sorry, I'm just trying to show you what I think you'd like
Sorry. I want Jack Black to reenact that scene.
He would. I don't doubt for a second he wouldn't go full on and do it. Like, from every interaction I've seen a person have with him, especially just walking past, he would, if you ask.
Sorry.
I
was gonna sacrifice all these people for our love.
I thought that's what you wanted me to do.
I thought you would see me as a real man after that.
Sorry.
Yeah, so they touch it and they become invincible, you know? Like how the Power Star,
firstly, the Luigi, star works in a very Captain America, Wonder Woman-esque way, holds up a sewer cover. So there's just a manhole just open that somebody's fallen into because he took that away. But a manhole cover, and he's holding it there, blocking the lava fire as it melts it around him slowly. And he turns to Mario and he's like, "One last ride for family."
He turns to Mario and he's like, "This thing's pretty hot. Criminals are hot.
Can't take the heat. Get out of the kitchen."
So,
because Luigi's been a coward this whole movie, but he was standing up.
But then right at the end, they both get that power up at the same time, which is not canon to the games.
No. That's how it works. They both got the power up, and they have super speed and super strength. And they wait a second, they can fly.
They have super strength. They have super strength. They cannot fly.
They can fly.
No, they cannot fly.
They can fly.
They can just jump really high.
Yeah, they fly.
No, that's not the.
Superman can jump really high. Hey,
yeah,
JD,
but did you know the original Superman couldn't fly?
So they can fly.
So they can't fly, but they are invincible.
So they can
fly. And they don't take any damage from anything.
Nothing happens. They just still stand there. They smirk. They go.
In this final fight, Bowser gets fucked up.
They crush his skull. They break his windpipe. They detach his legs.
Like, remember when Bowser was the one who said, "I'm gonna break every..." No, Donkey Kong said, "I'm gonna break every bone in your body." But they actually do that to Bowser at the end of the movie. So
they literally crush his
he
head.
turns into like a pile of meat. He turns into some hamburger, the Bowser meat.
They pull a My Hero Academia movie-only special where they're on the Island. I think Two Heroes is the name of it or something.
Yeah,
where
and then
both
Mario
Midoriya
says,
and All Might are running together. They both jump up, they do a pose, and they punch at the same time. That's Luigi and Mario, and they break Bowser's skull. He dies.
Yeah, Mario says Detroit Smash, and then he kicks Bowser in the head.
Both Mario and Luigi do a pose as they fling through the air, and in their minds they go beyond. Plus ultra. And
Mario
Bowser's
says plus ultra. Luigi says
that melody.
So long, gay Bowser, and then they kill Bowser.
Yeah, Charles Martinet's character, Zami or something, shows up, and he's like,
it's just listed as Mario's dad.
But he's also another character like Giovanni or something.
Giuseppe,
yes. Giuseppe shows up. He goes, "Oh, whoa, so long, gay Bowser."
So long, gay Bowser.
And they kill him. He's dead. Then Princess Peach, to add salt to the wound, she walks up to him, force feeds him, much like she did Mario, a blue mushroom, shrinking him. And then Toad pulls out a jar.
Yeah, Toad pulls out a jar, puts him in the jar.
When this movie comes to digital, man, people are gonna
I guess they have jars in the Mushroom Kingdom.
He has a frying pan. He fries up some stuff. They have bowls.
Yeah, but a frying pan's different from a jar, James.
Why wouldn't they have a jar if they have a frying pan, JD?
Because glass is a different. It's because making a frying pan is JD, just.
They have a glass pane of the princess. What are you talking about? What do you mean they have glass? Yes.
I don't know, man.
I'm pretty sure jars have been in Mario in its world before.
Really? I don't remember ever seeing a jar.
Sure. Again, I bet you in Paper Mario there's one.
There might be a jar there. Maybe they keep the Power Stars in the jars.
They have like glass cases in the market and stuff when they're showing off like all the stuff as Mario and Toad run past it.
They have glass cases? I thought they just had them like in the wooden crates outside, like in a market or something.
They had like windows and like glass.
Because I remember when everyone's evacuating, there was a Toad that was like trying to gather his stuff from the stall, and he grabbed it from the. I don't remember any like glass being broken on the ground.
Yeah, I wasn't there at the time. I walked out, got some.
Yeah,
some
you were not there during that time.
And I said, I'm about to get morbed.
You went out to go get pretzels, but then the movie ended like 10 minutes later.
I know.
But the funny thing is, when you went out to get pretzels, you were only out for like maybe 6-7 minutes.
But so much of the story went by while I was gone.
It went from like the end of the Rainbow Road scene to like final act. Like in the middle of the final act.
I went out, bought a Monster, and some pretzels came back. And I'm
How long was the movie, by the way?
3 hours.
It was 3 hours?
No, I think it's like over 2 hours though.
Damn, that did not feel like it was over 2 hours.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, I was looking it up. Not sure.
1 hour 32 minutes.
Okay, that seems about right.
Sorry, the original movie.
It felt short.
This first one is 1 hour and 44 minutes, so I was thinking of it like 2 hours. I'd rather look at the new one, Showtime.
The new one, Showtime, says it's 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
Yeah. So yeah, that actually feels about right. It felt really fast because it was pretty short.
I'm just gonna say this: they are bordering on theatrical release runtime.
Really? Is it like 1 hour 30 is the cutoff?
It's like you've got to have it like 90-ish minutes or something. Like I think 70 might be the least, but like it's right there. It's very funny.
It's solid. It's not bad.
I went and saw it and I said, "Wahoo! I'm gonna blue shell."
You went Yahoo! Wahoo! Yippee! Drugs are not cool, kids.
If you do drugs, you'll go to hell before you die.
You said you were the blue shell turtle, and you were like, "You ain't getting away from me." Turns into actual homing missile.
Yeah. I love that he powers up too. Like this is just the evolution of his species. They were made to just blow up.
Hell yeah.
he fucking Dr. Manhattan's himself.
So, what would you rate the movie, James? Out of
like a 7 out of 10. You know, like there's like borderline no story, but like it's Mario. It's Mario to a T, almost exactly.
Yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10 too. Not much better than average. I think it was way better than I was expecting it to be.
Yeah, from what everybody's reviews were, I was expecting this to be like a fucking 5 out of 10 or something.
I knew that everyone who watched it, like regular people watched it, liked it, and just the critics didn't like it. But I don't ever trust the critics.
But then I also like I was talking this to the lady when I went there the other day, and I was telling her like I'm seeing Mario. She's like, "Oh, I've heard great things." I'm like, "Yeah, but I'm also seeing like people saying bad things, so I'm like confused on if it's going to be good or not." Like I've been seeing like just regular people say it was going to be bad. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Really? What kind of regular people?
I don't know, JD. Fucking, I've just seen like people like
tweeting. No, let's stay on this point. What regular people?
I don't know their fucking lives, JD.
What is a regular person, James?
Not me or you. So anybody else?
Well, yeah, I give it a 7 out of 10. Not bad. Good.
Not bad.
Watch it if you like Mario's, and if you don't you probably could skip it if you wanted
Mario.
to. And that'll be it from us.
No, I think there's some more.
What else? Okay, what's more?
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Bring us out, James.
Well, no, actually, wait. We should talk about this so we can put this in the engagement and stuff. So Five Nights at Freddy's.